Hello everybody, welcome again to another Unmat Style chat session. I'm here with my friend Jonathan LeBlanc from the Yahoo Developer Network. How you doing?
Well, thanks very much for having me here.
It's been a while since we talked. Been kind of
Yeah,
under the covers, I think, writing your book.
uh, absolutely. Yeah. So for the last 6 months, I've been writing the book, putting out new content, and O'Reilly online within Rough Cuts program, they actually have been seeding back some of the chapters that I've been writing. So a lot of the content is available on Rough Cuts right now. I just handed the first manuscript off to my editor about three weeks ago,
Right.
and now it's gone out for review by some of the reviewers, and hopefully by April I should get those back, be able to edit changes, and have a final manuscript by mid-May for a late July, early August launch.
Awesome. Well, like I said, I've pre-ordered my issue, so I'm waiting. But you're talking about programming social applications. So what exactly does that mean for you?
Right. So a lot of the books that I had read on the topics before were around specific platforms like MySpace or Facebook or what have you. And what we tend to work on in our application platform is a stack of open source initiatives like OpenSocial, OAuth for doing user authorization, OpenID for authentication for logging people in. So we actually have this rich open source stack that builds our products. So instead of talking about our individual product, I decided to talk about all the technologies that can be used in the open source space to build out containers, to build out hosting environments, to secure code, to build out social applications on any platforms out there. And that was really the focus on the book, was to teach the technologies, but show you how to use them and to actually do something practical.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I could actually use a book like that. That's good.
That's great, and there were a couple great chapters that I enjoyed writing in there around probably the first couple chapters, which were actually talking about social in a very streamlined way. So I was talking about groups. I was talking about how social interactions actually matter in the space and how you can leverage off of them to monetize your apps and make them go viral.
Wow.
So there were some good topics in there.
Wow. Yeah, hurry up and get that book done. So I want to ask you just talk to you about Yahoo a little bit. You are, for those who might not have seen your earlier conversations we've had, you work for the Yahoo Developer Network.
Mm-hmm.
Yahoo's been through a lot of stuff recently. So what's going on with the Yahoo Developer Network? What's gone and what's still sticking around?
Right, so we have kind of a renewed focus in YDN. We have probably around 63 different APIs and services that we offer up until this point.
Right.
And what we were focusing on last year were a few core initiatives, a few core technologies which we thought would really benefit the community. Now this year we know that our offerings are strong, and while we're still promoting them, our main focus for the year is around innovations and hack efforts. So renewed focus in the culture of what makes hack. So this is our university hack programs, our external hack days, as well as our internal hack days.
Okay.
We know that internally, we know that we have a lot of very talented people who want to contribute back to the company and make it better. So we're trying to take our internal hack days and build innovation programs around them so that we can take the projects that they build on these hack days, push them all the way to production to make Yahoo all Yahoo services better. So whether you're working, let's say you have one person who works on the mail team but sees this incredibly lacking feature in our weather product. Mm-hmm. Through the hack day, he or she can go in and hack around in there and make a tremendous product. And through the innovation program, those can be seeded up to production and actually get integrated so that users can use them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that's a renewed focus that we have in YDN. So it's all around building the culture of hack, the things that we know we do very well and that we love about the developer network and the developer experience. We're trying to push that both internally and externally as far as we can.
That's cool. So you have these hack day events. What all takes place at a hack day event?
So the external hack days that we have, so the external, usually we have one in the US per year, then we have maybe half a dozen around the world. And what it starts with is a series of talks on particular topics that we think are most interesting and most valuable to hackers, like YQL or YUI.
Okay.
And so we'll talk about what we're doing in that space, how to use the technologies to your advantage in the 24-hour space. Then we have a 24-hour hack event, and it's 24 hours straight through. We supply a lot of energy drinks and coffee throughout the night, and lots of food. And then in the morning, at the end of or afternoon, at the end of the hack period, people will get about a minute and a half or 3 minutes to present their hack, and then it goes into judging panels, and people get prizes based on what they've won, or if they've won a particular topic.
That's pretty sweet. Like, so you got some coming up. You were saying you were rattling off a couple of dates. Let's share those with everybody.
Right. So we have a couple of programs. We have the external hack days, and then we have our Hack U programs, which are university hack programs. Our last university hack program for right now is at UCSD down in San Diego, and that's going to be April 5th to April 8th. Okay. So if any of your listeners are down there, I'd say definitely drop by. It's going to be a fun event. I believe the first place prize are iPads.
Oh wow! Yeah.
And then we also have a hack day coming up in Romania. I'm not sure how many Romanian viewers are coming by, but it's but that one's from May 14th to 15th, right. So it should be a very fun event.
That's cool. And it's gotta talk about my own stuff a little bit, but we've got you coming back for Converge again in June 24th, 25th. ConvergeSC.com. What all you thinking about presenting for us?
So I was actually looking at presenting on some of the topics that are covered in the book, but in different ways. We've spent the last several years on integrating partners and working with open source initiatives, working with the specific specifications, and improving them for the general good of the community. So I had a couple of ideas, and I was hoping your audience might be able to help me on figuring out a particular topic that they might like to hear about. Some of the things that I was looking at were maybe talking about some of our partner integrations, what has succeeded and what has failed in our integrations at Yahoo. I love talking about our failures because we learn so much from it.
Right.
And so those are specifically around these technologies that we've been working with, and just looking at the partners that have worked out and why some of the other ones have failed.
Okay.
Then there's a couple of other things I could talk about, such as the specific technologies around building social applications, what's new in the spheres, and what's coming up, the future of the open source technology fields. Specifically around social applications. So I could drive into that as well. And if there's a workshop that comes up, I can even talk about or actually show you how to integrate OAuth 2 for, let's say, working with Gowalla, Facebook, or any of the other containers that actually implement it.
Right. That's awesome.
Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of different topics, but I would definitely like to hear from your audience and see what would be interested in them.
We'll see if we can get you some answers.
Awesome.
And we'll peruse the Converge audience too and see what they're interested in.
Sounds good.
I would be remiss if I didn't ask you about Delicious. I know we touched on that a little bit. You may not know a lot, but what do you know?
Well, I know it's always been a core product for Yahoo. It's been something that we internally have loved ourselves. And I would love to provide you with some information on it, but I probably know as much as you. I've been monitoring the Twitter streams. I've been trying to see what's been going on, but right now all I know is what's been released in Twitter streams, rumors and the like.
Right. Yeah. I mean, but just the way Yahoo works is you guys are all in different like groups. I mean, you're pretty much like all together in one group, kind of focused on one thing. You don't really kind of float around the different projects and things, right?
Right. So within YDN, we do touch a lot of other products that are specifically around social, but we generally do not float around to different groups. There are groups at the company that are specifically designed to jump around from groups to that help them with engineering efforts, but that's definitely not us. And unfortunately, I would love to provide more information on Delicious, but I just don't have it.
That's cool. I have to ask. We're pretty huge Delicious users at Unwrapped Style. We have a stream of sites we put in the queue there, and everybody follows that. So we're acutely sensitive here on this side of the internet.
Us as well. So our weekly posts on the YDN blog about technology, Tech Thursday, I believe they're called.
Right.
We actually tag interesting sites using Delicious as well. So it's something that we use internally as well.
Totally. Well, Jonathan, are we leaving anything out that you need to update everybody on?
I think that's pretty much it. We covered the book, the upcoming talks at Converge, and the upcoming Hack Days, and that's pretty much the focus that we have right at this moment.
Awesome. That's cool, and that's really cool to see you guys like really focusing on making sure that the stuff that the community can do for you, you're trying to funnel back in and push back out for everybody else to use. I really like seeing that.
Absolutely. Me as well.
Yes. Great. Well, thanks for talking with us again. Until next time.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right. Thank you.
Take care.